ओम अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम श्रीशैलेशदयापात्रं धीभक्त्यादिगुणान्नवं यतीन्द्रप्रवणं वन्दे रम्यजामातरं मुनिं लक्ष्मीनाथसमारम्भां नाथयामुनमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां यो नित्यमच्युतपदाम्बुजयुग्मरुक्मव्यामोहदस्ततितराणि तृणाय मेने अस्मद्गुरोर्भगवतोऽस्य दयैकसिन्धोः रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये। माता पिता युवतयस्तनया विभूतिः सर्वं यदेव नियमेन मदन्वयानाम् आद्यस्य नः कुलपतेर्वकुलाभिरामं श्रीमत्तदङ्घ्रिकुलं प्रणमामि मूर्ध्ना भूतं सरश्च महदाह्वयभट्टनाथ श्रीभक्तिसार कुलशेखर योगिवाहान् भक्ताङ्घ्रिरेणुपरकालयतीन्द्रमिश्रान् श्रीमत्पराङ्कुशमुनिं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यं। हरितार्णवसञ्जातं श्रीरङ्गार्यगुरोसुधं वेङ्कटारसिशिष्यं फणीन्द्रं शेषार्यं भजे। आत्रेयान्वय संजातं रंगाचार्य गुरोसुधं रघुनाथार्य सच्चिष्यं कोदण्डराममाश्रये। श्रीशैल लक्ष्मण यतीन्द्र कृपात्तबोधं वेदान्तयुग्म विशदीकरणैकदीक्षं श्रीराघवार्य पदपङ्कजभृङ्गराजं श्रीमन् नृसिंह गुरुवर्यमहं प्रपद्ये। भारद्वाज कुलाब्धिपूर्णशशिनं श्रीरङ्गरामानुजात् जातं तत्कुल शेषसिंह गुरुराट् पादाब्ज भृङ्गायुधं तातार्यस्य कृपाविशेषविद श्रुत्यन्तसारद्विगं सेवे सुन्दर सिंहरार्यमनघं व्याख्यानवाचस्पतिं ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे। दिशन्तु मे देव सदा त्वदीयाः दयातरङ्गानुचराकटाक्षाः श्रोत्रेषु पुंसामृतं क्षरन्तीं सरस्वतीं संसिद कामधेनुं पूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविता शाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलं गोष्पदीकृतवारासिं मशकीकृतराक्षसं रामायण महामाला रत्नं वन्दे नरात्मजं वेदवेद्ये परे पुंसि जाते दशरथात्मजे वेदः प्राचेत सादासीत् साक्षात् रामायणात्मना आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहं। धर्मात्मा सत्यसन्धश्च रामो दाशरथिर्यदि पौरुषे च प्रतिद्वन्द्वः सरेणं जहिरावणिम्। उल्लासपल्लवितपालितसप्तलोकी निर्वाहकोरहितनेम कटाक्षलीला श्रीरङ्गहर्म्यतरमङ्गल दीपरेखां श्रीरङ्गराजमहिषीं श्रियमाश्रयामः। अखिल भुवन जन्मस्थेम भङ्गादिलीले विनत विविध भूतव्रात रक्षैक दीक्षे श्रुतिशिरसि विदीप्ते ब्रह्मणि श्रीनिवासे भवतु मम परस्मिन् सेमुषी भक्तिरूप। वन्दे वेदान्त कर्पूर चामीकर करण्डकं रामानुजार्य मार्याणां चूडामणिमहर्निशम्। A very warm welcome to all the Astikas who are presented in the Zoom application online and also who are present here offline, Shriman V.S. Murthy Garu and Shriman Rajiv Agarwal Garu. A warm welcome and Swarupan Rupa Dasohams to each and every devotee who are presented here. We are all together here to learn Sankshepa Ramayana. So, based on the messages and the flyers you have gone through, we all know the Sankshepa Ramayanam and its background. And basically, Sri Ramayanam is referred as Itihasa Sreshtham. So, when I say Itihasa Sreshtham, the best amongst the Itihasas. So, there a question comes, what do you mean by Itihasa? And what do you mean by Vedam? Of course, we are going to cover those things. And before that, Sri Ramayanam is a gift that has been given to the world by our sages from the Bharatiya Sanatana Dharma. It is often referred as a Kalpavruksha, a wish-yielding tree. The wish-yielding tree in the Indralokam can give you the material comforts, but it cannot give you the liberation or salvation or moksham, what we refer today. But Sri Ramayana is capable of giving you everything, whatever the Purushartha, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, everything it can give. Sri Ramayana comprises 24,000 slokas and it has 7 kandams. Balakandam, can you repeat? Balakandam, Ayodhya Kandam, Aranya Kandam, Kishkindha Kandam, Sundara Kandam, Yuddha Kandam, Uttara Kandam. So these 7 kandas. So why Maharshi referred it as Kandam? In Vedanta language, Ka iti Brahmano Namaha. Ka refers Chaturmukha Brahma. Andam means the Brahmandam. The entire Brahmand में आपको जो सुख है और आपको जो जो कुछ भी आपको चाहिए वो सिर्फ रामायण ही दे पाएगी. तो इसके लिए वाल्मीकि महर्षि ने इसको कांडम कहा है. श्रीमती रामायण से कांडम कहा है. सभी इतिहास में पुराण में आप देखेंगे तो अध्याय बोलता है, सर्ग बोलता है, इसमें भी सर्ग है, बट द मेन डिविजन इज कांडम. एंड द कांडम इज द मेन डिविजन, and under the kandam we have sargas. Sargas is the sub chapters, and under the sarga we have slokas. So now we can define in such a way: combination of slokas is called sarga, a chapter. Combination of sargas is called a kandam. Combination of 7 kandas is referred as Sri Ramayana. It's clear. And now the first kandam is Balakandam. And the first chapter is Sankshepa Ramayana. The Narada Maharshi, when he enters into the Bhulokam, he visits Valmiki Maharshi Ashrama, that we call Valmiki Maharshi Hermitage, that is there in Bittur in UP. You can even now, you can witness that. Then he comes and he gives the Upadesham of this Sankshepa Ramayana only to Valmiki Maharshi. It comprises only 100 shlokas. Our elders say one can learn through Guru, through Acharya Mukhata, and if he can recite the 100 shlokas, and he get the benefit of reciting all the 24,000 shlokas of Sri Ramayana. That's the greatness and beauty of this Sankshepa Ramayana. So what kind of benefits that we get, and what is Sri Ramayana, what is Sankshepa Ramayana, what kind of shlokas is there? We have readily available so many granthas, and even in YouTube, there are many people who are teaching. But why should we join in this Zoom app every Sunday? And why should we spend 45 minutes to learn this? It's very important, right? Though the books are available, though there are videos online, but the way you pronounce the slokam is very much important. Why means in Ashtadasha Puranams, there are 18 Puranas. One of the Puranams is Skanda Purana. It has more than 1 lakh slokas. It's a very big Purana. Skanda Puranam explains about Ramayana. It says, Charitam Raghunathasya. Can you repeat? Charitam Raghunathasya. Setakoti Pravistara. Setakoti Pravistara. Ekaikam Aksharam Proktam. Mahapataka Nasanam. The Puranam is saying that the history and the Charitrama of Sri Ramachandra Murthy is enormous, splendid. And in Sri Ramayana, each and every letter of the sloka that you utter, it has the capacity to diminish the greatest of sins. So that is called Pataka. When you say Papam, that can be reduced by doing some Homa, Japa, Tapa. But whereas for the Patakam, there is no Nishkruti, there is no remedy. How it can be resolved? We'll see one by one. So before we enter into learning session, let me present my screen. We will go through some of the preface, like the base foundation. Then we go to the Sloka learning sessions. I'm sure you please follow these sessions, at least 3 to 4 sessions. Then if you feel it is useful, you can continue. Otherwise, you can exit the group at any time. There is no compulsion. Okay. The way Charitam Raghunathasya Setakoti Pravistana means the Ramayana is even existed in all lokas. In Chaturmukha Brahma Lokam, that is Satya Lokam, there also Sri Ramayana exists. And it has Setakoti Pravistram. It has 100 crores slokas. 100 करोड़ की श्लोका है। जो रामायण हम धरती में पढ़ रहे हैं वो 24,000 का श्लोकास है, बट वो ब्रह्म के लोक में है, वो 100 करोड़ श्लोका है। चंद्रमुख ब्रह्मा इस बहुत ज्ञानी है, उनके लिए तो जनता है। तो हमारा 24,000, अभी 100 श्लोका लर्न करने के लिए भी आगे नहीं आ रहे, तो क्या करेंगे? करेक्ट। तो अभी वी नीड नॉट फील वहां पे इतना ज्यादा है, यहाँ पे इतना ही कम है। यू नीड नॉट वरी, लेट अस कंप्लीट 24,000 if at all possible. And first let us complete 100 shlokas, then see what happens. With the Kadaksham of Sri Ramachandra Murthy, we may go to the next heights also. So even in general also, in any organization, once an employee joins, so he will undergo some training, right? Correct. So in some of the IT industry, they call it as guidelines. Here we have SOP, standard operating procedure. Once he completes, then only he is eligible to do the activity. The same way, we should lay the foundation now. It's a first, it's a basic, and then we jump into the sloka learning session. So after completion of SOP, the employee is expected to execute the job as per the SOP. वो करता ही नहीं है, दूसरी बात है, वो उनके दिमाग के हिसाब से करते जाएगा, उसी से है अभी प्रॉब्लम। तो अभी देखेंगे थोड़ा थोड़ा फंडामेंटल भी हम बिल्डअप करते जाएंगे हर एक सेशन में। ऐसा नहीं कि एक ही सेशन में पूरा कवर करेंगे तो बोर हो जाएंगे, उतना कंटेंट लेने के लिए भी हाँ माइंड तैयार एंड प्रिपेयर नहीं है। सो लेट अस एंजॉय द ग्लिम्स ऑफ द फाउंडेशन इन एवरी सेशन एंड आल्सो द श्लोका लर्निंग्स। एज आई कन्वेड अर्लियर, the slokas will be displayed in 5 languages. Explanation will be in Hindi and English and wherever required in Telugu. Right? करेक्ट सही है, एक दिन का खाना भी नहीं खा सकते हैं, बराबर है, करेक्ट। सो आई थिंक माय प्रेजेंटेशन इज विजिबल, पीपीटी हियर, and my humble pranamams to my HODs, colleagues, seniors who are present in this group and also who are present offline here. May I request anyone? I think I can ask Muralikshnamacharya Swami. Could you please confirm, is the presentation visible? Could you please unmute and confirm?
Yes, Swami.
Okay.
It is visible, and then it is audible also.
Okay. Okay. So thank you. Sankshepa Ramayanam learning in 5 languages. Day 1, 8th September 2024. Today is Panchami, the auspicious day to start. Usually in the Shukla Paksha, Vidya, Tadya, Panchami are very much auspicious to begin some new learnings, people say, as per the Jyotish Shastra. Sri Raghunandana, could you please repeat? Sri Raghunandana Parabrahmane Namaha. Jai Sri Ram. Jai Sri Ram. And then second slide. With the Mangalashasnams of Bhagavata Acharya. Means with their grace only we are in a position now. Without Acharya, without Guru, we are nowhere. So the first picture you are seeing is Bhagavata Ramanujacharya. He existed 1,000 years ago. He's a great philosopher of Vishishta Advaita. And we all know. So he gave us the Narayana mantra to everybody. And who are interested to get the Bhagavat Tattvam, they are all eligible, irrespective of caste, creed, sex, and everything. So he's a great social reformer and a philosopher too. And the second one is Pramapada Vasa, Sri Tridandi Sriman Narayana Patajiya Swamivaru. He was a Congress leader and his Purvashrama. Purvashrama means before taking the Jiya Ashrama, that is Sannyasa Ashrama, that is called Purvashrama. In his Purvashrama, he worked with Sriman V.V. Giri and then ministers and prime ministers. He was a Congress leader, then he turned into the sannyasi. He belongs to a Sri Vaishnava dynasty, and he had made so many discourses and so many granthas and Sampradaya Pracharam especially. And now we are witnessing Sri Tridandi Sriman Narayana Chinnajiyar Swamiji. He is also he is my Acharya also. Through him, I got the Sri Vishnu Purana Upadesam. Sri Vishnu Puranam is referred as Purana Ratnam. Purana Ratnam. The Sri Vishnu Puranam is referred as. The Sri Vishnu Puranam Upadesam has been done by Sri Tridandi Chinnajiyar Swamivaru. So you are seeing them. And the next, Kritagnyata Avishkarana. The personalities you are seeing here is Sri Bhashyam, Appalachara Swami varu. Under him, the disciples of Sri Bhashyam Appalachara Swami varu is the famous IAS officer PVRK Prasad. You might have heard about him. He's an IAS officer. And also so many higher dignities were there. In those days, the technology is less available. They have gramophone records and tape recorders, and they have a society, a group, a trust formed, Ramayana Yajnam. So they used to propagate the Sri Ramayanam in every nook and corner of Andhra and Telangana. He is no more now on this earth. He is in Paramapadam, Sri Bhashyam Appalachara Swami. So let us recite his Thaniyan ones. With their Mangala Shasnam only we can complete the course. Okay, please repeat along with me. Ramayana Rahasyajnam Ramyavakya Visaradam Anantaguna Sanghatam Appalaryam Aham Bhaje. The next, my prostrations to the great saints, acharyas, and learned scholars who contributed in spreading the Itihasa Sreshtam, that is Srimad Ramayanam, in various parts of the universe. We have Tulsidas ji, Purandar Das, बहुत लोग हैं ना. So श्री रामायण को कई तरह से, कई माध्यमों से उन्होंने प्रचार किया है. वो सब आचार्य को हम प्रणाम समर्पित करते हुए हम सेशन में ज्वाइन हो जाएंगे. उनकी मंगलाशासनम से, मंगलाशासनम यानी मंगला प्लस आशासनम, wishing the mangalams, the auspicious, that is the mangalasasana. And then today's learning aspect, the agenda of today is preface and learning a few invocatory verses, that is called Prarthana Slokas, and then questions and clarifications. With respect to this session only, let us start with a great saying, Jantunam Narajanma Durlabham. It's a great saying in Sanskrit. What does it mean? So Jantu means not an animal. There is a definition in Sanskrit. Jantu means Janyate Shariradi Dharanena Pradurbhavati. As per Shastram, there are 84 lakhs species in this universe. 84 lakh species. 84 లక్షల జీవరాశులు ఉన్నాయి ఈ యూనివర్స్ మొత్తంలో. I don't know whether science could recognize these 84 lakhs or not. I don't know, but Shastram says 84 lakhs. Amongst them, the human being, the life of this human being, it's a greatest thing. Jantu means any living being which take birth with shariram, with body. Mosquito is Jantu. Human being is Jantu. Tiger, peacock, sparrow, everything is Jantu as per Shastra. Right? In all these species, the human Janma is a very great, very fortunate to get this Janma. That's what this Sanskrit slogan saying. And then, Swami, we agree. Yes, we agree with the Sanskrit saying. There is Jantunam Narajanma Durlabham. So, can I assume in this way, like, in this Janma only, I got this as a human being? Or do I have any previous Janmas? Vedam says, yes, you have previous Janmas. That's the another Pramana Slokam that is given underneath of this presentation. Atra Janma Sahasrana Sahasrairapi Sattama Kadachil Labhate Jantuhu Manushyam Punya Sanchayat. The meaning of this Veda Slokam is, we are getting this human Janma after completion of hundreds of crores of Janmas. There is no counter calculation, we cannot say. In each Janma, it could be a mosquito, it could be a tiger, it could be a human being, it could be a king or minister, whoever it is. You have completed lakhs together, crores together Janmas. In each Janma, you might have performed some Punya Karyam, little much. In all the Janmas, whatever the Punya Karyam you have done. So once it is reached to a certain shape, then Bhagavan will give you a human Janma. So that's the reason it is the greatest amongst all the 84 lakh species. So we are fortunate enough to get the Janma as human being. Do you accept? Yes. And next. Swami, it's okay. But with respect to the intellect, there are many kind of species which are more intellect than human being. You might have seen the sparrow nest. Pichuka Gudu cheptam Telugulo. See, what kind of engineering that is learned, we don't know. But in the way that it builds the nest, even we can't even open that nest. In such a way it builds. Maybe intellect may be there to another species, But what is differentiating the other species and the human? That is very much important. Then only we can say that yes, human being Janma is the very greatest. And another Pramana Slokam, Ahara Nidra Bhaya Maithunancha Samanya Metat Pasubhir Narana Dharmo hi Tesham Adhiko Viseshaha Dharmena Hinaha Pasubhihi Samanaha. The Slokam says, taking food, eating food, Nidra, sleeping, Bhayam, fear, Maithunam, sex, reproducibility. So everything is common in between animals and the human being. So what differentiating these two means that dharma is the only differentiating thing. Only dharma. Human being only can practice the dharma through which he can attain liberation or moksha. No other animal can do that. No other species have that greatest privilege, right? Do you agree? And then we are moving this to the other part. Then the question arises, what is dharma? What is dharma? Dhru dharayati. It's a root word. In Sanskrit, every sound, every shabdam will be produced by a root word. The root word will have so many meanings. Once a prachayam or avyayam comes onto it, then it takes a form. It's a word form. It's a Sanskrit language grammar. We are not going too much into that. But anyhow, dhru dharayati is a root word that means bear, support. The word dharma has been derived from the root word dhru. Right? So we do yajna, right? We do yajna. That yajnam, that word, that shabdam has been derived from the root word called yaja. Yaja Deva Pujayam is the root word. From that, yajna has been formed. The same way, dharma is the sound which has been formed through a root word dhru dharayati. That means dharati lokan dhriyate punyatmabhihi itiva dharmaha. Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha is a popular Sanskrit phrase. We all know that. So the bottom line of dharma is not something to read and understand. It should be practiced. In a simple manner, I'll explain you. There is an old man, he is 75 years old. He can walk only a few steps, but with the hand stick, he can walk miles together. Now that old man is sitting on a chair and his walking stick is at the corner of the room. And now he is sitting on the chair and he is chanting, I can walk if I have hand stick in my hand. I can walk if I have hand stick in my hand. 1,000 times if you do chanting also, he cannot walk. He has to move further, catch hold of the hand stick, then he can walk, right? Same thing like the dharma. Dharma is not something to know or just listen and leave it. You have to practice it. Then only it will protect you. Once you practice, it protects you. That is dharati lokan iti dharmaha, right? Am I speed or am I okay with this space? Next. We have various dharmas, right? Chhatra dharmam. Chhatra means student, vidya. So his dharma means to acquire knowledge. That is his dharma. And then gruhastu dharma, as a family man, so he has to earn money and take care of his children, everything, parents, everything. Raja dharma, Udyoga dharma, Matru dharma, Pitru dharma, Bhratru dharma, Moksha dharma, Varnashrama dharma, Tirtha dharma, so many dharmas are there. There are so many. Bhrata means Sodara dharma. So if you are the elder brother, you have to take care of your youngsters. You have to ensure their happiness. So that's what Ramayana says. So Rama, he always ensured the happiness of his brothers, Bharata, Lakshmana, Shatrugna. He alone never thought that I should be happy, leave about all the things. Now, for the property, we are killing each other. The brothers are killing each other for property. That's not the case. That's not the case here. See, what we get by practicing dharma, another question. So now we experienced out of 84 lakh species, human being is durlabham. It is very fortunate to have. Why? Because human being has the privilege to practice dharma. Then what is dharma? We experienced it. Various kind of dharma. That is also fine. What we get by practicing dharma? That is most important. उससे क्या मिलने वाला है हमको फायदा? तो शास्त्र बोलता है अभ्युदयम, रिपीट, अभ्युदयम निश्रेयसम, ये दो फायदा है हमको। सो धर्म कई धर्म है, वो कई धर्म को दो तरीके से क्लासिफिकेशन दिया हुआ है यहाँ पे। एक सामान्य धर्म है, एक विशेष धर्म है। सामान्य धर्म, विशेष धर्म। Abhyudaya means excellence. As long as you are in this material body, in this world, you will be happy. And once the body is nowhere, the Jivatma will get the moksham or Uttama Gati we call. So that's the advantages of practicing dharma. So the ultimate goal is to attain salvation, that is moksham. But most unfortunately, most of the people leading life without even knowing this. If we know, or if we brought up in such a family where Sri Ramayana verses Mahabharata, Bhagavata verses are chanted at their home, do you think they attempt a rape on a 5 years old small girl? And do you think the person will kill his own parents for the property? Let's think and act. And then, so where to start? How to start? What to learn? Which covers all? The next question is this one, right? So if you observe the root cause, even in pharma we do that, day in, day out. Root cause analysis, OS, OT. हमारा जिंदगी बहुत ओएस हो गया है उसके लिए कोई चिंता नहीं है देखिए हाँ, तो सभी क्राइम जो भी आप देख रहे हैं दुनिया में, डे इन डे आउट, crime, greedy, enviousness, lust, extortion, wars, whatever we are witnessing in the day-to-day life, the root cause is thought pollution. The thoughts got polluted. That's the reason we are getting these vague thoughts. If a person is practicing dharma, he will execute his duties as a Paramatma Aradhana. So I'm in office, I execute my duties as it is given by the Paramatma. If you are a businessman, you execute the business as if it is a service to God. If you are a farmer, you do the farming as if it's a service to the Bhagavan. That's what we have to behave. That is a thought we should inculcate. So how can we overcome all these things? We cannot overcome just by reading any books. It is not possible. So only through spiritual knowledge. Only through spiritual knowledge. If you remember, I think some 8 years ago, there was an article published by Japanese. They have studied all the lives and they categorized people are getting ill for which factors? 10% bad habits, 10% friends and all. Majority portion, 50% lack of spiritual knowledge. They came to a conclusion. 50% lack of spiritual knowledge. See how much it is contributing, right? Now let's go to the other slide. Am I through? Is it boring? Through? Okay, then. So where to start means Itihasa Sreshtam. Now we are here to learn Itihasa Sreshtam, that is Srimad Ramayanam. It's a repository of all dharma, essence of Veda. Okay. In one of the Puranam says, Veda Vedye Pare Pumsi Jate Dasarathatmaje Vedaha Pracheta Sadasit Sakshat Ramayanatmana. Bhagavan is known by Vedam. To know Bhagavan, we cannot experience him with the sensory organs, or we cannot even guess. So only Vedam is the pramanam to know about the auspicious qualities of Bhagavan. So through Vedam, we can learn about the Supreme God. And that Supreme God, incarnated as Sri Rama, as a son of Dasaratha Chakravarti on this earth, at that time, Vedam took a form of Sri Ramayana. See the link. Sriman Narayana formed as a Sri Rama and Vedam formed as Sri Ramayana. Now can we make it Sri Ramayana is equal to Vedam? Simple. But to learn Vedam, you have certain prerequisites. You must be Upavitam, that means you must be a Brahmin with the Yajnopavitam. You must go to the Gurukul. You must serve the Guru at least 12 to 14 years. Under him, you have to learn your own Shakha, own branch of Vedam. It has so many. And Veda mantras have swaras, Anudatta, Udatta, Swarita, Dirgha Swarita. It has so many restrictions. But this Sri Ramayana Vedam can be recited by anyone. Anybody can recite. Only interest is required. And basically, we are all born with three kind of debts. Pitrurunam, repeat, Pitrurunam, Devarunam, Rushirudam. Pitrurunam. So we are indebted to our forefathers. So once we get married and producing children, and also once our parents are expired, do the rituals in a proper way. With that, we can clear the Pitrurunam. Every one of us doing this. And the second thing is Devarunam. By sacrifice. Sacrifice means yajnam. By giving the ahuti to the devatas, swaha, and the yajna yagadis. Though you may not perform directly, you might have contributed some amount to the yajna yagadi in every temples and everywhere. By doing so, the yajnas, we can overcome the Devarunam. And the balance is Rushirudam. The rishis, they sacrifice the family. They were not into the luxurious villas. They are not into the luxurious cars. They went into forest years together, hundreds of thousands of years together. They were in meditation and they got Bhagavad Sakshatkaram. And with that, whatever they learned and they gave us in the form of Veda, Itihasa, Purana, Smriti. Enormous literature they have given us. If we fail to read any of that literature, we are indebted to the rishis. So to overcome the Rishi Runam, we must attain to learn some of the literatures of the rishis which are given to us. So Sri Ramayana, as I said, it's a Itihasa Sreshta. So if we learn at least Sankshepa Ramayana, we can pay the debt to the rishis. So everyone, people think that, no, it's only for the Brahmins. No, it's for everybody. It's for every human being who are taking birth on this earth. They are eligible to read this Sri Ramayana. They are eligible to know the quintessentials of Sri Ramayana. Right? And then, so as we move forward, we are going to gain knowledge on below important topics. What is Vedam? What is Itihasam, Puranam, Dharmasastram? Introduction to Sri Ramayana. That means the original Sri Ramayana. Pratima? Okay. So introduction to Sri Ramayana. Traffic jam tha kya Vipin ji? Okay. Sorry, my phone is on silent mode. You can please sit on chairs, not a problem. So introduction to Sri Ramayana, the origin of Sri Ramayana, and Sri Ramayana Vaibhavam, significance of Sri Ramayana, and Sri Ramanama Vaibhavam, significance of Ramanama. So we are not going to cover in this session. As we move forward, एक session में थोड़ा experience होते जाएंगे. So वेद, इतिहास, पुराण, धर्मशास्त्र इत्यादि शब्दों का विवरण आने वाले सत्रों में हम जानकारी ले सकते हैं इसके. Then now we are starting with Sloka learning. Today, since it is an auspicious day, let us learn some of the invocatory verses and also the first slokam of Sri Ramayana. Okay, we are trying to read. So the slokam is displayed in all 5 languages. The first one is Telugu, and the left side is the Hindi, Devanagari, right is the Kannada, downside left is the English, and the extreme right bottom is Tamil. So not necessary in every slide, the pattern is not like this, because based on the sloka length, I have adjusted to fit in one slide. I think the devotees who are joined their phones, if you put in a landscape mode, you can better experience the view. Let us begin with the first sloka. I'll tell you and you repeat once, it's enough. Om Asmat Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sri Shailesa Dayapatram Dhibhakyadi Gunarnavam Yatindra Pravanam Vande Ramyaja Mataram Munim. Now we are going to learn each word by word. So now Pata Vibhajan karke hame seekh liya hai. Now phrase by phrase we are. The slokas are in Anushtup Chandas. That means 32 letters it will have. Okay. Let us make it into 4 parts. In that way we chant. Okay. Sri Shailesa Dayapatram Dhibhakyadi Gunarnavam Yatindra Pravanam Vande Ramya Jamataram Munim. Right. Now, if you observe in the first line, Patram, and the second line, Yatindra, Pra, these are called Dvikam. Dvikam. Next session onwards, you please carry some notebook and pen so you can write the important things. When I say Dvikam, it's a combination of two consonants. At that time, you need to stress the word. Yatindra Pravanam, Yatindra Pravanam, like in that way. Like not the Yatindra Pravanam. It should not be uttered as Yatindra Pravanam. Yatindra Pravanam. Little stress is required since it is a Dvikam. Right? And there is a difference between sa, sa, sha. See, school bag, sagara, sweet, swami, right? All these starts with sa. And coming to sa, sastram, sastram, sarada, sesivadana, all these sivaha, all this starts with sa. Vishnu, it is sha. It is Vishnu. There's a little difference between. Over a period of time, you can better learn this, not a problem. So these the invocatory verses are something like that. We are paying our prostrations, obeisance to the our lineage of our acharyas. Okay. Lakshmi Natha. It's not dha, it's second tha. See, in the Sanskrit vargam, tatha, dadha. Tatha, when you say tatha, that second tha is that Lakshmi Natha. Lakshmi Natha, the husband of Mahalakshmi. Nothing but Srimanarayan. Lakshmi Natha. Samarambham. Natha. Yamuna. Madhyamam. This is the second dha, datha, madhyamam. The first one is the tha, second tha, and the last is the madhyamam, second tha. Asmat, acharya, asmadacharya, paryantam, vande, guru, paramparam, Lakshminatha Samarambham Nathayamuna Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam. A little loud you can tell. Vande Guru Paramparam. The next slokam will be Pitamahasyapi Pitamahaya Prachetasadesa Phalapradaya Sri Bhashyakara Uttama Sri Bhashyakarottama Desikaya Sri Saila Purnaya Namo Namastat Pitamahasyapi Pitamahaya Prachetasadesa Phalapradaya Sri Bhashyakarottama Desikaya Sri Saila Purnaya Namo Namastat. So all the recordings will be sent to you along with these notes, whatever we have discussed today, because few people are more interested to learn the Pramana Slokas, because the sessions are being conducted in such a way that you just listen, it's not the way. It must be reproducible. You must listen and you must understand in such a way that you must be in a position to explain to at least your own family members and your neighbors and relatives. Okay, that's the objective of these sessions. Usually, this much stress is not required, but the way we are presenting here for the benefit of the whole family, right? Suklam Baradharam Vishnu. You must stress it. Dha is stress. Suklam Baradharam Vishnu. The devotees who are on mute, please practice on mute only. Sasi Varnam. Chaturbhujam. Chaturbhujam. Prasanna Vadanam. Dhyayet Sarva Vighna Upasantaye Sarva Vighnopasantaye Suklam Baradharam Vishnum Shasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasanna Vadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vighnopasantaye. Somebody dropped a message. Yeah, she's asking for the meanings of slokas. Yes, definitely it will be provided, but not in this session. Let us learn the slokas perfectly, then experience the meaning. Right. The next sloka. Jnana Anandamayam. Jnananandamayam. Devam Nirmala Sphadika Kridim. So when there is a Rutvam to the any letter, that should not be stressed. That should be pronounced in a Sarla way. Now, Sphadika Kridim, no, you cannot stress that in a way. You are not stressed. In general, I am telling for the benefit of the group. You should tell in a Sarla way, Satvika Vidhana. Sphadika Kridim. Even in Lakshmi Sahasranam, people say Prakrudim Vikrudim Vidyam. No. Prakrudim Vikrudim Vidyam. That should be in a Sarala manner. If it is a Rakaram, Kra, that should be stressed. And Sugriva, you must stress. Okay? But this is Spadika Kridim, in a Sarala manner. Nirmala Spadika Kridim. Repeat. Adharam. When I stress, you also stress. Adharam. Sarva Vidyanam. Hayagrivam. Upasmahe. Hayagrivam Upasmahe. This is the Sandhi. Sandhi means joining two words. So when you join it, form in that way. Hayagrivam plus Upasmahe. The Ditiya Vibhakti. Hayagrivaha is Hayagriva Swami. Hayagrivam to Hayagriva. Upasmahe. I am meditating upon Hayagriva Swami. Right? So that's the reason Pada Vibhajana, then combination. Jnananandamayam Devam Nirmala Sphadika Kridim Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivam Upasmahe. This is the phrase on Valmiki Maharshi, Jnana Slokam. Pujantam Rama Rameti. And there is also combination of few words. Rama, Rama, Iti. Rama plus Iti is Rama Rameti. Madhuram, Madhuraksharam. Aruhya, Kavita Sakham, Vande, Valmiki, Kokilam. Pujantam Rama Rameti. Madhuram Madhuraksharam. Aruhya Kavita Sakham. Vande Valmiki Kokilam. Perfect. Goshpadikrita Varasim Masakīkrita Rakshasam Ramayana Mahamala Ratnam Vande Anilatmajam. See, this is the combination of two words, Vande plus Anilatmajam. But there is a significant letter, if you see that Z kind of symbol, that is called Akara Praslesha in Sanskrit. What is Akara Praslesha? I mean, it's a silent letter. In order to keep the chandas intact, so these kind of letters, if you see this kind of letter in any slokam, that means the previous letter should be lagged for few seconds. If you say Vande, it should be Vande. In the Vande Nilatmajam, in that only A is mixed. So you while reciting the sloka, you cannot say that Vande Anilatmajam. No. Vande Nilatmajam. See, Vande Nilatmajam. In that only I is covered. When you prolong the day for a certain extent, I is mixed in that. So why this is being used means in order not to disturb the chandas. We already told chandas means for each and every sloka there is chandas. Gayatri chandas has 3 padas and 8 letters in each pada. So 3 into 8, 24 letters. Anushtup chandas, 4 padas in each and every pada, 8 letters. 4 into 8, 32. That's called chandas. So in order to fit the letters in the chandas, they use these kind of symbols. This is called Akara Praslesha. Repeat. No. Goshpadigrida Varasim Masakīkrita Rakshasam Ramayana Mahamala Ratnam Vande Nilatmajam. This is the Jhana Sloka of Swami Hanuma. And we have few invocatory verses. Let us experience those in the next session. Now, since it is auspicious day, let us start with one slokam of some Sankshepa Ramayanam. So before that, one Sri Rama Jhana slokam also will recite. Apadam Apahartaram. If you mix Apadam Apahartaram, so like that. Dataram Sarva Sampadam Lokabhiramam Shri Ramam Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham. My prostrations to Rama again and again. So anyhow, meaning we will experience in the coming sessions. And the first slokam, before we start, this also we will try to learn. Dharma Satya Sandhascha Ramaha Dasarathiryadi. If you join Ramo Dasarathiryadi. This is called Visarga Sandhi in Sanskrit. Paurushecha Apratidvandvaha. Paurushecha Pratidvandvaha. No, not A. A should not be uttered. Paurushecha Pratidvandvaha. Sarainam Jahiravanin. This is the Moola mantra, Moola slokam for Sri Ramayana. Though it is a sloka, it is referred as a mantra. So mantra means mananena trayate iti mantraha. So upon repeat of meditation, the mantra will protect a person. That's the reason we call it as mantra. Mananena, repeat. Mananena trayate iti mantraha. So there are a few invocatory. Anyhow, in the next session, we are going to experience all those sessions. And the first slokam from Sankshepa Ramayana, this is the first slokam of Sri Ramayanam as well, and Sankshepa Ramayana as well. Let us recite this with utmost devotion. It has the greatest of meanings. On this sloka, we can continue the discourse up to 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, a week, a month, a year also. So that much bhava garbitam is there in this sloka. Okay. So don't worry, I will not take much time on this explanation part. Okay. Tapaha Swadhyaya Niratam Tapaswadhyaya Niratam. See, for this sa, there is another letter sa and va. In Telugu we say vattu. Sa ki savattu and va. Tapaswadhyaya Niratam. Tapasvi Vagvidam Varam. Tapasvi Vag Vidam Varam. Malay, again from the beginning. Tapaha Swadhyaya Niratam Tapasvi Vak Vidam Vagvidam Varam Naradam Pari Papracha Paripapracha Valmikihi Munipungavam Valmikir Munipungavam Tapaswadhyaya Niratam Tapaswadhyaya Niratam Tapasvi Vagvidam Varam Naradam Paripapracha Valmikir Munipungavam. Let us stop the session till here. And next Sunday, we are going to cover some of the foundation topics, the theory part, and also the sloka recitation along with the meaning, right? Whatever we learned today. So, samasta sanmangalani bhavantu. Mangala, please be online. The devotees who are there in Zoom, please be online. Mangalaशासनपरैः मदाचार्य पुरोगमैः सर्वैश्च पूर्वैराचार्यैः सत्कृतायास्तु मङ्गलम् वेद वेदान्त वेद्याय मेघश्यामलमूर्तये पुंसां मोहनरूपाय पुण्यश्लोकाय मङ्गलम्. You all please recite. I'm giving the permission everybody to make unmute. You please recite along with me. Veda Vedanta Vedyaya
Veda Vedanta Vedaya
Meghasyamalamurtaye
Vedasyamalmurtaye
Sam Mohana Rupaya
Sam Mohanarupaya
Punya Slokaya Mangalam
Punyaslokaya Mangalam
Punya Slokaya Mangalam.
Punyaslokaya Mangalam.
Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.
We are done with the session. Yes, on time we closed it. 11 sharp. Thank you everyone for joining the session. And we have so many people in this meeting. I request some of the seniors and my HOD to begin with Sriman Dhruwas Narayan Patil Garu. Kindly share your opinion, any feedback, any questions on the session. We would like to hear from you, sir.
Jai Shri Ram, Venkata
Jai
Garu.
Shri.
Ravi is really very thankful for sparing time to us and giving this knowledge to us along with, because personally I am not aware so much things. What you told, many things I heard first time itself till my life. I heard earlier Ramayana stories, but that in a different sense. This is a true sense we are start to get now. So it will definitely help us in our day-to-day life and will give some shanti. Yeah, what we say, the peace of mind we'll get definitely through these sessions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for the wonderful feedback. Any astikas, kindly share your views. I'm through, I'm little fast or slow. Kindly let me know so that from the next session we can adjust that tempo or whatever it is.
Yeah, Swami.
Swami, Krishnamacharya Swami.
Yeah, Swami, the presentation and explanation given by you is really marvelous. And definitely we got benefited by this session. Really, it is very nice.
Yeah, at the end of the session, you will be provided the notes also. So it's all
Yeah.
the Acharya Kadaksham, our sages and Maharshis, they gave us enormous knowledge. So we are trying to grasp at least some, because the content is more, the container is very little, right? So you cannot keep everything in this. Based on our capacity, let us try to inculcate, let us try to increase our knowledge towards our scriptures. It's very much important. So if you remember our forefathers and grandparents, most of the time they spent in temples by listening to the speeches, the discourses of acharyas, Sri Ramayanam, Bhagavatam, Mahabharatam. That's the reason they lived their lives in a very ethical manner, right? So there is a gap. There is a gap. Generations together, there is a gap. We are now trying to connect the dots, whatever we missed. So we should not miss our wealth. In fact, it is a wealth for us, right? So any other astikas, would you please?
Jai Shriman Narayana, this is Madhvi here. Thank you very much, Andy. Especially the presentation is so nice because we can refer to it at a later stage and go through it and practice it. And you have put the whole thing in such a nice way in one slide that it is so easy for us to remember even the connections to the story and the meaning. So thank you very much for that.
Acharya Kadaksham.
Very true.
Any other astikas would like to?
हेलो रवि सर, गुड मॉर्निंग।
Good morning, जी।
जय श्री राम।
बोलिए।
एक्चुअली मैं काफी समय से विष्णु सहस्त्र नाम का पाठ खुद ही करता हूँ, बट प्रोनाउंसिएशन में बहुत सारे प्रॉब्लम थे। तो अभी आपने एक श्लोक बताया, सो वो थोड़ा ठीक लगा। तो फ्यूचर में शायद आपसे और कुछ सीखने को मिलेगा। उसके लिए बहुत थैंक यू।
इसके लिए वेद बोलता है आचार्यवान पुरुषो वेद। If anybody wants to certify you as a learned manner, you must have acharya in your life. It's a guru mukhata. Guru mukhata should learn. Because when we say ekaikam aksharam proktam mahapadaka nasanam, each letter that you utter in Sri Ramayana, it has the capacity to diminish greatest of sins. That means you must pronounce in such a way that is intended, right? So in previous janmas, what we have done, we don't know. Patakam means where there is no remedy. Go hatya, Brahman hatya, Acharya apachara. All these comes under Patakam. There is no remedy for this. But have we done in this janma? We are not done. We are not done. We are sure. But we don't know about our previous janmas. That's the reason by uttering Sri Ramayana, it will eliminate all. You might be seeing many people, they have wealth, they have everything. There is no mental peace. There is no mental peace. So there is no, the successors. They are suffering from so many things. So what is making them to suffer? They are very good human beings. We don't know. In previous janmas, what they did, we don't know, right? So that's the reason. In a general way, if you want to understand, the rice will be available in two quality of qualities: the old rice and new rice. If it is an old rice, for a cup and 2 glass of water, you will be keeping it. Are you keeping it? You do cook? Yes. आप करते हैं? आप नहीं करते होंगे। आप कभी नहीं करते होंगे। So if it is a new rice, for a 1 cup, maybe 2.5 glass water is required. Yes. If you know the quality of rice, the quantity of water will be decided. If you know the quantum of papam that you know, then you will know the quantum of remedies that you can. But if you don't know the quantum of papam and patakam, where it will end? The Ramayana is the best solution. Take my word. It's not my word. It's the word from the sages. It's a word from Paramasiva. Yesterday we celebrated Ganesh Chaturthi. Okay, in the Tamil, they referred as Pilayar. Tamil Marayla vandu Pilayar solluvaanga. Our appa vandu Siva Perumal solluvaanga. Our appa vandu Siva Perumal. The father of Ganesha is Siva. And he always meditated upon Sri Rama. That we know, right? Sri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Taptulyam Rama Nama Varanane. This verse, this slokam is given by Paramasiva. This is there in Uma Samhita. The glory, the significance, the benefits of Sri Ramayana was told by Paramasivan to Parvati Devi. That is called Uma Samhita in Vedam. For every problem, you have a solution, Sri Ramayana. Take my word. For every problem, you have a solution. So Parvati asked Swami, in this Kali Yuga, people will be so busy, all corporate life and so much busy. They don't even have time to recite the auspicious Namam of Sri Mahavishnu, that is Vishnu Sahasranama. So what is a simple way to get out of it? Then Paramashiva says, Sri Rama 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 iti, Rama Rama Rama. 3 times if you utter, that is enough. It is equal to 1,000 names of Vishnu. How? We'll see next session. Picture बाकी है मेरा दोस्त, ठीक है? Huh?
I would like to say.
Yes, sir.
This is my first section actually.
Okay.
I really like the presentation, the way you're saying. I know few words, but I don't know what is the root cause of it actually.
Yes, sir.
The way you're saying is really very, presentable, and it is very easy
Adaptable.
to understand.
Adaptable.
Adaptable, yeah, exactly. So I'm really interested to come the paper sections.
Thank you very much. And especially youth like you participating here, it's a very bliss. Let me show the Astikas who are presented here. Srimati Kalyani and her niece, Srimati daughter-in-law, Likhita. And you can see here, Shriman Murthy Garu, Shriman Rajiv Agarwal Garu, and Shriman Vipin Singh Garu. Right? The Astikas present over here. Okay, thank you very much. And anybody would like to say something, suggestions, questions?
Jai
One
Sri Ram
question,
Ravi.
yeah.
Jai
Acha
Shri.
Ravi. Entire presentation was really great. But one thing I
Thank you.
like most is the way you taught to say all the slokas. It's really amazing. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Acharya Kadaksham, Samata Sammangalani Bhavantu. So my wish is, let us continue the spirit, the learning aspects every weekend. Okay. So I am not asking you to spare time every day. It's only 45 minutes in a day, it's Sunday. If the time is not feasible, 10 to 10:45, we can even discuss in the group by majority, by minority, anyhow, we can fix a time. If it is feasible, 10 o'clock, it's fine. But let us keep this tempo, let us keep the spirit in same way. Let us pass this knowledge to the generation. That is most important. Learning ourselves is most important. When you go to Rama temple, you ask your child, do namaskaram to Rama. He asks why. My father did, my grandfather did, I am doing, you do. He will not listen. Definitely he will ask listen. He will ask you so many questions. Then you must be in a position to explain the auspicious qualities of Sri Rama. How can you explain if you don't know? So what is the Grandham as the literature that gives the knowledge on Sri Rama? Sri Ramayana. It's very simple. Right. So thank you one and everyone who spare much of your time for this session. Samasta Sammangalani Bhavantu. Bhagavata Acharya Kripa Kataksha Praptirastu. With the grace of our Acharyas and Purvacharyas and Alvars and our Priya Pirati, that is Mahalakshmi and Sriman Narayana, let your Vamsam, let your Gotram, let your dynasty may flourish. Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha. Jai Sri Ram. Let us say Jai Sri Ram and exit the group.
Jai Sri Ram.
Jai Sri Ram. Jai
Jai
Sri
Shri
Will
Ram.
you be
Jai
sending
Shri Ram.
Jai
the,
Shri Ram.
will you be sending us the slides, Andy?
Exactly, exactly. Post this session, I'll share the slides and also the recording in a YouTube channel link, maybe in 1 or 2 hours. Definitely, Madhaviji.
Okay, Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Sri Ram. Jai Sri Ram. And thanks for joining Lavanya Garu from Bangalore. She is my mentor in the spiritual path. With her guidance, I got to know the parichaya of so many scholars from various parts of the globe. Thank you very much for joining me. Srimate Ramanujaya. Thank you very much for my HODs and colleagues who are presented here. Jai Sri Ram.
Jai Sri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram. Adiyan Swami.
Hare and Ramanuja.